my sectors, our staff, and invited guests for your attention and for coming by considering our invitation of this great event of the first Ethiopian Water and Energy Weeks. Thank you very much. I present about water resource and basins issue of Ethiopian. About the background, our Excellency already present about the background. I want to leave to manage the time, this part. We come to why the development of water policy of Ethiopia is required. We have a lot of issues and a lot of problems. So to address that problems, water policy development or developing water policy is required. So what is our main problems? We have natural and man-made problems. From natural, we have geographical problems and also seasonal and climate change problems, and we have also man-made problems. From geographical problems, our location, most of the surface water is, the potential of the surface water is available in the northwestern, in the western and southwestern of the country. Almost 80 to 90% of water potential is available in this area, but in this area only 14% of the people lives. But in the eastern side and central part of Ethiopia, the water potential is, or the surface water potential is from 10 to 20%, but in this area 60% of the peoples are live. So this one is not well fit with geographically the availability of the water potential, and the demand in water supply is not well fit. The other is the seasonal variation. From seasonal variation, sometimes our rainfall, annually we have high amount of water, but seasonal variation is sometimes it starts early, but sometimes it's complete lately. And sometimes it's for short time we receive rainfall. Even that rainfall it's not rain at required place and at required time. The other is the climate change problem. So in the climate change problem, because of most times our country affected by climate change problem, because of this, most times, most area is affected by drought and flood and drought. The other is the man-made problems. The man-made problems, our water use system is not protected and not planned, this one. The other is most of our wetland is affected. The people use the wetland for agriculture, for settling, even the buffer zones are irrigated. So this is the ecosystem, almost the natural ecosystem is disturbed. This is the serious issue. Because of this, the water policy development is seriously required because of this. The other is our water basins, only we have 9 wet basins. The remaining 3 is from 12 dry basins. So we receive or we got the surface water from these 9 river basins. This is a temporal and seasonal variation of the rainfall. The upper one is the rainfall, and the lower part is the rainfall based on the basins. So the rainfall and the runoff is most of the rainfall is for during summer season. It starts for high amount of water received from June to September or August, but for remaining time the runoff amount is less. Also the rainfall is high during this season. What is the other issue? Transboundary issue. Most of our rivers are transboundary. We share these rivers with different countries. We have water diplomacy serious issues, and also always water diplomacy that we have a water politics issue. So this water politics issue is seriously is required to discuss, to work water diplomacy, and also negotiation is seriously required. The other is the ratification of CFAs is serious issue. Cooperative framework ratification is required to use this resource with equitable and sustainable manage where it's required. Why Basins Development Authority is required? Why the government seriously give attention for basin issues? Because all development is it's run in this basin. So this one is one is agriculture or engineering agriculture work is run in this basin. So seriously, basin issue is for development using this basin is required, livestock development, forestry issues or development, different rural and urban water supply. This is also run in the basins. Also, different hydropower dams are constructed in the basins. Different rain-fed agriculture, livestock development, water use for industries, and water for communities, for even for religion purpose, for transportation, for fisheries, and for many purposes, almost for all system of life or people's living system. This all is run in the basin. So seriously, management of the basins is required, and because of this, establishment of the basins is required. This Basins Development Authority established in the October. Previously, we have 3 basins authority, Awash, Abba, and Rift Valley. But to address this, all 12 basins, it established one authority office, Basin Development Authority, on October 2018, with vision of seeing Ethiopian basins with sustainable, equitable, and secured water for better socio-economic development or welfare and environment by 2030. We develop to address these all issues and to solve these problems. We propose or we develop strategic plans for coming 10 years. In the SWOT analysis, I can present the SWOT analysis of this strategic plan. What is our strength? So our strength is developing regulatory framework. That one is for water use tariff regulation and buffer zone protection proclamation. The water tariff regulation is already prepared, and maybe after a few weeks it can be established. The buffer zone protection proclamation is also, it can be prepared, and after a few months, this one also published. Preparation of basin plan. The basin plan for different basins, for some is completed, for others it is in the progress. We have good collaboration and coordination related with different stakeholders, related with water allocation, water shade management, water quality, flood protection, and so on. There is also, we have a good availability of water source data information and modernization of monitoring system. We improve our monitoring system from manual to automatic system. There we have also developing water allocation, flood forecasting, water quality, sedimentation, and so on. For to manage time, I want to leave. We have also a weakness part. I only address some parts. There is high lack of qualification experts. We have lack of manual standard and protocols, lack of instrumentation, IT, and so on. When come to the SWOT analysis of the external part, what is a good opportunity in this time? The good opportunity in this time is recognition of basin water resource planning in the policy document. Even in the updated policy document, this one is considered. We have a good opportunity to, because of establishment of Basin High Council, we have Basin High Council. They can meet twice each of the year, and all higher decision is made by this Basin High Councils. There is also government commitment. The government seriously give attention for basins. This is a high commitment of the government. We have a good industry-university linkage, so our work is our implemented work is scientifically encouraged, and by help of scientific research is also considered with this university and industry and university link. The other is that our community have a good awareness in this time. Most of our watershed management work is by mobilizing community. We have, they have a good awareness. Willing of development partners are interested to work with us. Praise of high qualified advisories with us. What is the risk? What the main challenge in external? There is climate change, natural problem, degradation of natural resource. Lack of integrated land use plan already for some basins is completed. When it's go for implementation, there is lack of integration between different stakeholders. Duplication of transboundary water resource, because 6 to 7 river basins is transboundary, so there is duplication in the transboundary issues, conflict between users and use, mandate duplication, budget problem, pressure of population. The number of population is grow radically. This is a main problem. Urbanization and rapid industrial growth and expansion of invasive species like water hyacinth and so on. So to address this one, we select 7 pillars or serious issues, strategic issues. The vision is the central one. With this central vision, we have 7 pillars. The first one is the vision is to see the basins with sustainable, equitable, and secured water for better socio-economic welfare and environment by 2030, by considering the water resource assessment and monitoring, by managing and protecting catchment, wetland, and buffer zones. This can be addressed by managing and control water quality. This can also be addressed by transboundary water resource affairs issues and with different discussion with different countries, and institutional development, coordination and collaboration. Also research and basic information management and water resource allocation and management for different users like irrigation, water supply, environment, and so on. The last one is 4 billion trees. So our natural system is almost, it's degraded, the land is degraded, and the natural system is disturbed. So seriously, restoration of this natural system is required, or ecosystem restoration is seriously required. So this is one part of our strategic plan. So in this, we have short time period, for short time we have plan, and for long time we have plan. The short time plan is 3 months plan already. That one is launched by our PM and the last May 25. So the seed plantation is start. Why this issue is raised? So already the problem is identified because of most of our land is deforested and land degradation is high in our country. Rapid population growth because of the water supply and demand is not fit. To address this one, the serious watershed management is required. Expansion of agriculture is high, even in the wetland, in the buffer zone, and so on. So to manage this one it's required. And urbanization the unsustainable fuel wood use is high. So this one is replaced by different solar, geothermal, and by different mechanism of power generation. Uncontrolled grazing, by protecting that area or watershed area is seriously required to work in this area. Urban pollution, most of our urban is polluted. Our sanitation system is completely, we follow a wrong way. This management is required. River ecosystem is deteriorate or is disturbed. This one also seriously required attention. Solid and liquid waste management system is we have very pure waste and liquid management system. This one required improvement. Illegal settlement in the buffer zone and lack of green space and ecosystem depletion. So to restore our to restore the ecosystem, the afforestation is a big and serious issue, even to recharge the groundwater. Even sometimes we extract the groundwater, a lot of groundwater. If we can't recharge that groundwater for next, maybe in the coming 10, 20, 30 years, maybe we miss this natural system. So seriously, it's required. Again, I require to invite all participants and all Ethiopian peoples to participate in this 4 billion plantation program. Each person, they can plant or seed plantation of 43 is expected from each peoples. So invite even for Thursday. We have huge plantation program in this week, in the Thursday. You can try, join us for tree plantation, and also after go back to your home, you can continue this tree plantation program. Thank you very much for your attention.